Well, I sure hope I'm being a good EV citizen.
Well, I do hope so. You are driving a hybrid now, after all.
It's true. I've noticed a few things, etiquette and rules, unspoken rules that people tend to follow.
Yep. And that probably some people don't know about either.
Exactly, yeah. So maybe we should investigate some of these rules and unspoken etiquettes that are part of owning an EV.
Sounds good.
Let's check it out.
Hey, I'm Colin.
And I'm Chris.
And you're watching Amped Up Sibs. So first of all, I think we should prioritize safety on this.
You're right, safety is important.
Yeah. So first, when you're finished charging, roll up the cable nice and neatly. And, maybe if you have some handy wipes, wipe it down a little bit just to keep the area a little cleaner.
Yep. Once you've rolled up the cable, make sure you're rolling it up correctly. There's a right and a wrong way to roll a cable up.
As with any cables, of course.
As with any cable. Place that cable back into the holder. Don't leave it all over the place.
Or on the ground where it can get dirty, contaminated, and then ruin your plug-in.
Exactly.
You would go pick up again.
Exactly. Horror story for me. When I first owned the EV, there were 2 charging stations right next to each other.
Yep.
And somebody, either mistakenly or kind of being a little
maliciously type deal,
a little bit malicious, decided to open both of the charging locks, switch them, and put them back in. So I went to charge, opened it up, unlocked it, put it into my vehicle, walked away, didn't even think to check. I thought, oh, it'll just start charging. And then here I am having coffee, and I realized my app never said, oh, your car is charging. And it wasn't.
Because you had it from the other charger, didn't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. When you are charging, make sure that cord is placed correctly. Yeah. Don't leave it in the middle of another person's stall or over a sidewalk where somebody's going to trip.
Trip passing,
that. Exactly.
Yeah. And when charging at a premium, like at a really high wattage, keep it short. Respect for others that may need to use it, someone who may be more of an urgent need, right?
Yeah.
The level 2, keep it to 2 hours, because usually for that it's good for if it's out out like this for 2 hours. It's just there for top up for other people or for hybrids who use two level 2 chargers.
Level 2 chargers, exactly. Don't use a 300 kilowatt charger if your EV is only able to accept 100.
Yeah, because that's just one thing, you're going to get charged but premium for that.
More, yeah.
And then 2, your vehicle can't make full use of that, so you're wasting time. And if somebody comes up there with, say, like, what are those Chevy Hummers? They charge at a higher rate. They can make use of the full 300 kilowatts or close to.
Yeah.
So it's better for the use for them than for yourself.
Yeah. I guess, in the case of if you have a choice between 2, choose the lower one if your car doesn't accept the higher one.
Exactly. Yeah. Big thing, which I've seen people do, and I've seen it on YouTube, is don't unplug other people's vehicles while they're charging.
How?
One, you can damage their car, possibly. There's the risk, and you can get. Some people have said that you get electric shock from it if you do it incorrectly.
Yeah, if you're just walking by, just don't unplug other people's cars.
Just leave it alone.
So inappropriate. I think most have a locking mechanism.
Yes, there is. But the thing is, I've seen people try to yank them out. You're going to ruin it.
Yeah, and that's a huge
that's expensive thing to do.
Now, at my place of work where I park and charge my vehicle, I leave my lock off now.
Okay.
Because sometimes I can't get back to the charging station in a 2-hour time period. Mm-hmm. And so I leave mine unlocked. And it hasn't happened yet, but I thought about even leaving a note on my dashboard saying, hey, if you need to charge, just unplug me and plug yourself into the next one, into your vehicle. Yeah. There's lots of space for parking there, and there's lots of length of cable for charging. So good. Yeah, that's certainly an option to keep it unplugged.
Yep.
But
unlocked,
or unlocked. Sorry. Yeah, but if people are going to go around unplugging me all the time, which hasn't happened yet.
Nope.
But if they are, then I'm probably going to just turn that lock back on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing something we've noticed in this parking area.
Oh, yes.
Don't park your regular ICE vehicle here in the EV space. For one thing, they have signs saying not to do it.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's just being disrespectful for somebody who maybe needs that spot, and you're taking up their place to be able to charge.
Yeah.
And on these Teslas, the cables are not that long, so you don't have a lot of area
you
to
can't
move.
park 3 spots over and plug it in.
Yeah.
Now, of course, as you noticed from our last video, we're not often full here at the spot that we're sitting. There's like 10 or 15 empty ones beside us, but you know, as time progresses, we're going to get busier.
Yeah.
And you're going to see more and more electric vehicles needing these spots.
Yeah.
And needing, not just plugging in for the sake of it,
yeah.
but actually needing to get a charge to carry on.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Also, the thing that respect the queues and lineups, because
if there is a lineup,
here there's not, but in some places they actually have lineups for being queued up for people to park and things. So please respect it and make sure you follow the guidelines from other EVs and don't butt into line.
Yep.
You know, it's
going to be here an hour. Well, make sure it's an hour.
Yeah.
Don't, I'm plugged in for an hour, I'm fully charged, I'm just going to go for a coffee or something, or be halfway across the city.
Yeah.
Make sure you're available for your car.
Yeah. Another thing is report malfunctions promptly. So if you see them really badly damaged, make sure it's usually on the app. You could go in and say, hey, this charger is damaged, not charging right, needs some repair, and then let them know so that they can be here hopefully within a reasonable time and come and fix it.
Exactly. Prioritize planning for your EV trip. So make sure you know where you're going and where you're stopping. And
how long you're going to be there, and make sure you're not over those time limits, because you've got others that may need it as well.
Who are also doing the exact same thing as you are, planning their trip based on the hour-long charge that they need, or the 30-minute charge that they need to get to their destination.
Some of these trip planners, you can actually reserve the charger.
Yeah. So
it's set up for you. Somebody else can't just come and use it. So make sure you do your timing-wise right on that for when you arrive and when you depart, right?
Exactly. And you know what? The last thing that I can think of, assist others.
Yes.
It's tricky to jump into a whole new way of charging. Yeah. We're all used to going to the gas pump, plugging it, putting in the gas, and people have seen that for years and years and years. But now you have to use an app.
Yeah.
And some people are not super comfortable using apps on their phone, or you have to use an RFID card, or there's something in your Tesla. It's your first time charging it, and there's something in there. What are you supposed to do?
So be a good citizen and help others out, especially if you know enough to help them get their vehicle charged for maybe their very first time doing it.
Exactly. We were all new once.
Yep.
Well, I think that's all I have for you today.
Yep. I think that's it.
Thanks for watching.
Catch you later, eh?